We love answering audience questions. You can submit them via voicemail, 219-2-DAVID-P, or via email by going to davidpakman.com and clicking on Contact Us. Rex wrote to me, and Rex said, hey, here's a question for you and Lewis. Would a new visitor to the United States know which God is being referred to when they read "In God We Trust" on our currency, or hear "One Nation Under God" in the Pledge of Allegiance? I like this question. Okay, would a visitor to the U.S. know? It really depends on whether they are familiar with the United States or not. I think the assumption would be, if you're familiar with the United States, you would think when you hear of "One Nation Under God" that it is probably the Judeo-Christian God. And let's start there. Would you agree with that, Lewis? If you're informed and visiting the U.S., when you hear "under God," that's what you think of?
I would agree. In that case, yes, that would be safe to assume.
At the same time, if you were visiting from a country that, number one, was not a Christian country, predominantly Christian Catholic country, and number two, you just were less informed about the religious demographics of the United States, which would be perfectly fair, would it be confusing to hear "In God We Trust" or hearing "One Nation Under God"? I think it probably would be. However, many other countries have a kind of establishment religion, regardless of whether or not it's one of what we would in the U.S. consider major religions. So then the question becomes, if you come from a country that follows, a tribal religion or a less common world religion, if you come to the U.S. and you simply see "One Nation Under God," do you assume it's that religion that to you has been the religion growing up?
I don't know. I mean, you are in a different place, and there really is no imagery that goes along with it. But I could see people. I could see people thinking that just if they just don't know any better.
I think that there's no question that it is confusing. It's not confusing to us here in the U.S. because even if we disagree with for example, a federal holiday on Christmas, which is a Christian holiday, or "In God We Trust" on our currency, even if we disagree with that because we think it's not separation of church and state, we still understand colloquially what gods and what religions are being referred to. I think it's a good question. I think it would be pretty damn confusing if you showed up here from another country and you weren't totally up to speed on exactly what's going on in the United States and the desire of the particularly right-wing Christian lawmakers to mix and combine their religion with the law. I think it would be pretty confusing.